What is the effect of temperature on a proteins? Temperature have a very interesting effect on a protein's structure and a function, at the same time on a enzyme's activity. So before understanding what is the effect of temperature on a proteins, we have to understand what is the temperature. Temperature or the heat is a kind of a energy, right? So that energy, if any kind of a biomolecule absorb, then what will happen to that biomolecule also will gain some type of energy, right? So that biomolecules, here we are talking about the proteins, and the composition of a proteins is the amino acid. I mean, the protein is a polymer of a amino acid, and the amino acid, composition of amino acid, different type of a atoms, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. So these make the amino acid, and amino acid collectively make the proteins. Now the protein structure or the active native structure depending on their three-dimensional structure. So anyhow, protein lose their three-dimensional structure, protein lose their activities. So now come, if we give the extra energy to the proteins, then what will happen to proteins? Each and every atoms will start or the gain little extra energy, and they will start mode vibrating. As we know, each and every particles or the atom of a proteins, in any moment they are always vibrating, that we call them as a molecular breathing. Now if we give the more energy to the proteins, the protein will more vibrate, and when they will vibrate, their bond will break. What type of a bond? It could be a hydrophobic interaction, ionic bond, hydrogen bond. So that's why little bit of increase of the energy as a heat, they can break the hydrogen bond or other types of a bond. So if the bond is broken, the structure or the three-dimensional structure of the is also disrupted. So that's why if we increase the temperature even slowly, then also the proteins lose their activity. So that's why when we increase the temperature, proteins or the enzymes lose their basic activity. So in this way, heat increase the energy of the protein molecule. By absorbing more energy, proteins start more vibrating. Because of that, different number of a chemical bonds or hydrophobic bonds are broken, and that make ultimately the protein deactive. So this way protein get deactivated when we increase or expose the proteins in a high temperature.